welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good. This session, I think we can now merge. We can merge this change here. Yeah. Fix packet size setup mistakes. Okay. Fix packet size. Maybe we should also clarify where these are. Packet mistakes. Packet size. Yeah, it's too many, so maybe I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Half-res mesh look like in game. Okay, let's look over the change one more time to make sure we made no mistake here. So full tile is removed. Yep. False. Const extra. Yeah. Okay, I think this looks fine. Full tire, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Full tire, yep, full, yep, false. Okay. I think that works. Half-res mesh. Okay. Okay, then we should be able to make a fetch and prune. Yeah. Okay, while we wait for that, remove unnecessary global ref. I think this one can be also deleted, this branch. Profile. Yeah. Branches. Three weeks ago. I think we had a pull for this or not? I don't recall. Remove unnecessary global ref. Yeah, I think this one was already resolved by another change. So I will delete this branch here and this branch. Let's keep this around for a bit. Delete this one. Okay, and then we can delete this. Global ref. Okay, delete it. Okay, cool. And then we pull main branch. And then we do a rebase onto main branch. And there probably will be conflicts. But we simply overwrite this shit and then it should be fine. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Oh boy. Goddamn merge conflicts. Okay. Let's go with that. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Okay, then let's see if that still compiles. Yeah. Okay, Then in the meantime, we can also check if there is something else to review. Let's see if there's something review approved. It seems something is mergeable. No. Let's go to author. This. Let's look at this guy here again. This change prevents the resume construction mouse cursor. Is the CLC safe? I believe it is safe. The AI player already ensures it is the owner of a building. It wants to resume construction of. Okay. I could not find a way to resume construction via scripts. It doesn't really make sense regardless. As far as I can tell, there's no way to place a scaffold on a world builder. Okay, so he says that there's no worry. Okay, can resume construction of. Ensure only the owner of the construction can resume it. Okay. Only the owner of the construction. Okay. Well, done. Done. Okay. Action manager. Good, then we rename it bug fix. Action manager. Do not show false resume construction cursor for allied scaffolds. Okay. Let us hope for the best. Okay. Bug minor 0. Bug gen minor ZH. Okay. Okay. Then I will approve it. Approve. Okay. Good. Let's see compilation. It has compiled. Fantastic. Good. Then what is the next thing we can break off? Let's see. Something easy. Maybe this guy here. Yeah. So it improves performance by maybe we can also measure how much faster this is now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where's this? Yeah. Let me search for this guy. So previously it was this. Now it's like that. And so we do a get tick count 64. This one returns what? U long long. U long long. Start equals that. U long long. And 1 equals this minus start. Then we have another one, start, and then and 2 start, void, and 1 and 2. Okay, and then we put a breakpoint here. Maybe we do a few iterations for int k equals 0, k smaller than 1000, plus plus k. Okay, let's see how expensive this is in practice. Okay, that didn't update the executable. Okay, so, and 2 takes 15, and this one takes 78. Okay, let's do another one. 16, 94. 15, 94. 0. Okay. Let me run this a few times. Okay, it's very laggy, nice. So 94, 0. Oh, that's unexpected. Okay, let's do 10,000 then. Okay, let's see. So 62 and 969. Let's try again. 938 and 62. Okay, let's calculate the diff, calc. So 938, no, hold on. 62 divided by 938, 938, there you go. So that is 93%, 93, yeah. 93%. Okay, cool. Okay, then 93%. Oh, that's a lot. Then we go to main branch, create, optimize, what is it called? Min height. Where is this? Here. Optimize, update center, min height loop. Okay, then we go here and then we cherry pick this one. Okay, then we say here perf height map. Reduce cost of min height min height loop by 93%. Reduce cost. Okay, cool. This function is called every time we move the camera, right? I think so. Positioning of the tron, yeah. Yeah. This change. This change reduces the cost of the min height loop in this by 93%. The sample resolution is reduced. The sample resolution should be no problem in practice. The sample resolution is reduced by a factor of 16, right? 4 times 4. It's quite a lot, isn't it? 16. 16. Yeah. Set in DEFCON 6 map. So it's performance. Code on every camera transform. Once a frame, if the camera transform is changed. Okay, measure gen ZH. my and mx are flipped because the memory is laid out that way. Okay. Good. So that's that. What would be the next? The next one. Maybe this one here. Yeah, That one looks simple enough. Let's take that one. Fix condition. Fix update center. Height map. Update center condition. Cherry pick. Delta Y, delta X, delta Y, delta Y, larger equal, center limit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what the consequence of this is exactly, but it's probably okay. Fix height map. Fix center limit condition. Let's change fixes a center limit condition. Not entirely clear to me if this would cause an actual bug. I was unable to observe any problems. I was unable to observe problems. Fix minor. Good. Oof. Okay, I see I spam a lot of comments here. this here. Let me serialize manual target mode. SDK frames. This is not. What? All of these xfer changes need to be removed. It does not belong into this change. Scale delay. Ideally, this would also correctly scale with logic time scale. For example, set logic FPS to 90 in skirmish. Simulation will be 3 times as fast, and so double click duration needs to be tripled to, what does it? And double click duration needs to be tripled to, I think. Test it. Let me clarify, you can test it. I didn't test it. Yeah. So it probably needs to be scaled by time scale. Yeah. Rotate building before committing placement. Currently, rotation to building is applied after committing placement. Consider implementing a new key modifier, Shift or Alt, to rotate the building without committing placement. 2 alternatives. Use middle mouse button for rotation and left mouse button for placement. Use middle mouse button for rotation. Okay. But middle mouse button is already used for camera rotation. If a building is rotated, left mouse button needs to be clicked a second time for placement. It's a good idea. Yeah, this here. You rotate it and then you need to click it again. Yeah. It's a good idea, but I expect this needs to be a user, needs to be behind a user option. This would need to be behind a user option because it would mess up all legacy players. Yeah, like if someone is not used to it, they would be totally confused by this. It would be absolute build mayhem. Yeah, players would not know how to build anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Use middle mouse button for rotation and left mouse button for placement. I don't know about that. Use middle mouse button for rotation. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What if someone doesn't have a middle mouse button? I mean, I think there are mouses without scroll wheel, right? So I'm not sure. That doesn't matter much. Okay, good. What do we do next? Let's do one more. One more small change. Maybe this one here. Yeah, I think this one is pretty good. Let's do size. Yeah, I can do this one, I think. For backwards compatibility. Mm-hmm. 32. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can take this one. It's pretty simple. So we go to main branch, and that is normal drag. Normal drag. let's call it explain constants. Refactor height map. Draw constants. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Then cherry pick. The refactor. Height map. Clarify values. Okay, I think we can reset this one. Was there any other related change to that? I think there was an height map, word height map. White step. Base height map, 32. World height map, 32. Pixel depth. Yeah. Flat height map. No. Base height map. Okay. I guess that works. Let's rename this to clarify magic numbers related to this. I think that's a better. Okay. Good. Then draw height map, draw constants. There we go. Refactor minor. This change just clarifies magic numbers related to this. To help the reader understand. To help understand. Okay, cool. I think that would be enough reviews for this session. Enough changes. I suspect it won't take too long to get these merged if people care to look at them, because they're very simple. Yeah, okay, maybe we can look at one more change. What's the time? Only 54 minutes. Good. Let's see what we can review. Let me say draft false. Changes requested. So what about this one? I think he did not work on this further. Yeah. Okay. Add Linux build support. Docs build. Okay, what about this? Building. Docker-based build scripts for Linux. Generated with Claude code. Wow. Maybe these guys should be broken out, these scripts. Guidelines for AI, edit, quick start, build section. Perhaps add Claude MD to the wiki repo. Compiled instructions could also be moved there. There we can spam. There we can spam all sorts of docs that do not need to pollute the code repo. The actual code repo. The sh scripts can also be moved into its own pull request. Maybe its own pull request. Keep it small. Building.md can also be merged with the wiki repo. In README, you can then link to the wiki as well. Agree if necessary as well. Maybe I should also specify where the wiki is. It's the wiki repo is here. Generals wiki. There we go. There he can spam everything he likes. We don't care. But Claude MD, when I see this already, I cringe. Claude MD, what the hell? Yeah. Claude generated code is just awful. Really awful. I have so far I've seen no good AI generated change. It was all garbage. And it always needed like huge reviews and long discussions, and by the time the change is done, like there's nothing left of what the AI had generated. The problem is AI just generates something that might work, but it's just like it's code for robots. It's not code for humans. I don't know. I guess if you vibe code something, then it's probably good enough. But if you just want to build like a software that's maintainable by humans, then yeah, you need to be very precise in what you prompt, I expect. Otherwise, it's just I would assume it's faster to just write the code yourself than or you're just really good at prompting, right? And can describe very accurately what you want. Yeah. Good. What else can we do? Add search links, issue search links to README. Just add some GitHub issue PR search links to some of the focus. What? Critical minor. Cross-platform. Do we really need that? I don't know. Does not seem like a very useful. I know it's because these labels are also not like it's also not super accurate. But yeah, critical, I guess. Does it need linking? Minor. Where do we have? Why is it minor? I don't think that this is useful here. Cross-platform. Yeah, we have a milestone as well. I think it would be more useful to link against a milestone than this. Same for this one. Multiplayer improvements. Yeah. I will just close this. Close. Okay. As you can see, I'm not a big fan of documentation. Yeah. Okay. This one still is on the table. Aha. The modernized null to null pointer. Oh boy. Okay, it looks like he's not able to bring this down. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, maybe next session I will grab this again, this branch. Build this one here. And we try to make a change where we reduce the includes. Yeah. Otherwise, this never gets done here. Yeah, I think the main culprit here is the amount of includes. Like he just added those CPP macros includes to all sorts of files instead of adding it to some top level file includes somewhere. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, then next session. Let's see if we can help advance this null pointer branch a little bit. I think it would be very good to get this finalized because it's a massive refactor. And to get this out of the way, I think would be nice. Because as you can see, it touches 37,000 lines of code and 2,500 files. Yeah. So would be good, right? Yeah. Good. But I think for now I will take a break here. Yeah. Good. Yeah, we got a little bit of stuff done, merged some changes, reviewed some changes, prepared some small, easy changes, made a few performance measurements. That's it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, overall we make progress. It's maybe not the fastest progress, especially if you compare it against those AI prompters who can generate millions lines of code in minutes, right? They will be the fastest. But I don't know. I do like the slow and steady craftsmanship. It's a way that games have been built for many decades, and yeah, I'm not yet sold on the AI slop approach because yeah, AI just generates generally awful code, but it's very helpful to like I think AI is very helpful to get like textbook things right, or to like an assistant to help understand things, or to make understanding things easier, or generate something that is easy to prompt, and you can then pick it up and then work from that, things like this. So like it's a nice tool, but it's not the silver bullet. Like you can't just prompt generate me this $1 trillion video game, right? And then it generates a game and it generates $1 trillion. It doesn't work like that, right? So like there still is craftsmanship with these things. It's like with all the things that we produce. Yeah, like factories. They have huge outputs that can produce all the greatest things. Like, I mean, obviously cars are manufactured by machines, right, and all the things, but like there's always a level of craftsmanship that machines and factories won't be able to fully replicate, like attention to detail and like the human aspect of making the right decisions. Because in the end, the products that we create with code and like a game, like only a human will understand really what the game makes fun to play, because we are the customer, right? The human is the customer. It's not the machine that is a customer of this product. Like, yeah, the machine can generate it, but it won't be able to determine, like, is it fun or not, or is this code even easy to read, to understand? Is it maintainable? Like, it won't understand it. Will it understand all the complexity of running that thing and all the correctness that is associated with that code? It's a huge question mark. Yeah, if you throw like infinite processing power at the AI, it probably generates better and better outcomes, but in the end, it's still just some generation. And AI always starts generation by noise, right? It just has some noise, and then it will generate something out of it. It will make a prediction of what is an outcome. And like, you can ask the same prompt multiple times and it will just generate a different answer every time, right? It's not deterministic. It just generates something that satisfies the prompt. Whether or not it's exactly what you need, you have to decide. If it is useful, then that's great. If it's not useful, you can reprompt, keep prompting. Yeah, but then, I don't know. I think a level of craftsmanship goes missing if you just prompt everything. So, I don't know. I think there's like a mix of both, like prompts to get help, but I think in the end you need like some critical thinking for yourself, right? Like, if you just generate everything, I don't know, you probably end up with slop. Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm not so experienced in terms of AI. I mostly use ChatGPT to ask questions and things like this. I never use like a AI prompts to generate code all the time. Maybe it's addicting. Maybe it's really fun, and maybe it gets a lot of stuff done real fast, but I don't know. It's not for me yet. Yeah. I manage without. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Keeps also the brain sharp, right? Yeah. In the end, if we don't exercise our brain, then our brain becomes mud. And that's also not good, right? So keep the brain sharp, and then you're not reliant on some AI generation. Yeah. Good. Good. Then I will take a break here. The next session, let's look into this guy again. Would be good to get this done. Yeah. There certainly is no shortage of work. Yeah. Infinite amount of work. Good. All right. Then I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.